It started with that single, piercing question in the glow of the backyard string lights, the air thick with the scent of grilled burgers and unspoken secrets. Dad, do you like the Mustang I got for you? My voice cut through the laughter like a knife through fog. And in that moment, the world tilted. He blinked, his weathered hand pausing mid-gesture with his beer, confusion etching lines deeper into his face. What Mustang? Kiddo? And just like that, the anniversary party, our parents' 35th, meant to celebrate decades of quiet endurance, crumbled into a pit of betrayal that had been festering for years. I'm Elena, 34, the eldest, the one who always patched the cracks in our family's foundation. In Los Angeles, I chase bit parts on TV waitress, detective sidekick, whatever keeps the lights on. But back home in suburban Ohio, I'm the fixer. The one mom calls when the bills stack up or dad's truck needs a jump. My sister Brooke, 2 years younger, plays the efficient one. The numbers whiz with her small accounting firm in town. She handles taxes, investments, always flashing spreadsheets like badges of honor. Dad, Robert, a retired mechanic who's spent his life under hoods, calls me his steady hand. Mom, Linda, the homemaker who bakes pies to smooth over arguments, jokes that I'm the family's anchor. And my brother Tyler, the quiet middle child at 30, tinkers with computers in his basement setup, staying out of the drama until it boils over. 3 years back, my show got renewed for another season. And for the first time, the paychecks outpaced the endless auditions and ramen nights. I started squirreling away cash, not for vacations or splurges, but for something real. Dad had mentioned their big anniversary in passing during one of our coffee runs after his checkups, his eyes glazing over with that distant longing when he talked about classic cars. That '67 Mustang, he'd say, voice dropping low, red as fire, engine like thunder. Back when I was young, it meant freedom, roads wide open. No chains. It hit me then. The car wasn't just metal and chrome, it was the dream he buried under mortgages and kids' braces. I vowed it'd be his on that day, gleaming in the driveway like a promise kept. 2 years ago, the pieces started falling into place. Mom fired off group texts about the low-key backyard bash, family only. No fuss, just ribs and stories. I kept my plan under wraps, scrolling online auctions between takes on set. Dad still dropped hints during our calls, his voice lighting up at mentions of muscle cars from his garage days. I flew to Ohio on a weekend off, rented a truck, and headed to a rural estate sale in Geauga County. There it sat in a dusty barn, the '67 Mustang under a faded tarp, paint chipped, seats worn. But the V8 roared to life on the first crank. I wired $100,000 from my savings, heart pounding as the seller shook my hand. No one knew except me. It felt like holding a fragile secret. 18 months prior, I hauled it to a local restoration shop for essentials: fresh brakes, tires, a tune-up to make it roadworthy for Dad. Brooke caught wind at a family dinner, her eyes sharpening when I let slip about the buy. Let me handle the paperwork, she insisted, pulling up her phone like a weapon. I know folks at the DMV cut fees. Tax breaks for classics. It'll save you a bundle. I paused, unease flickering, but she rattled off steps with that confident clip, Dad nodding along as if her words were gospel. She printed a 1-page form. Limited power of attorney, she called it, just to speed things up since I traveled so much. Dad signed it without a second glance, trusting her like he trusted his old socket set. A year ago, the first red flag landed in the mailbox, an insurance bill addressed to lien holder from some obscure company, with Brooks' firm listed. Mom spotted it on the counter, frowning. You switch providers. Elena. I scanned it, texted Brooke. And she fired back. Glitch from the transfer, all sorted. The premium auto-deducted from my linked account. But something gnawed at me. I pushed it down, scripts waited. Lines to memorize. 9 months back. A thick envelope from the local credit union arrived. Official as a summons. Mom opened it thinking junk. But inside, statements tied to the Mustang's VIN. I called from set during lunch. Voice steady as the rep read off a short-term advance secured by the car under Brooke's business name. My pulse hammered between scenes. I drove home after rep. Confronted her in the driveway. Arms crossed. She claimed it covered overruns I'd okayed verbally. Promised to refinance into Dad's name soon. Her eyes flicked to the garage, where the car hid under its sheet. I demanded docs that night. She said they were at her office. Anniversary months away. No rush. The anomalies piled up like unpaid bills, tag renewals listing her firm. Emissions forms with her scrawled signature. Each query got a slick excuse: delays. Updates. Holds. She texted blurred screenshots of DMV emails. Dad shrugged it off. Brooke knows her stuff. Don't sweat it. Mom pivoted to party talk. I buried it under work, clinging to the vision of Dad's grin at the reveal. 3 months out. Tyler forwarded a spam-trapped email. Title loan update, VIN attached. He asked if I'd financed extras. I opened it on set, $50,000 advance to Brooke's firm. Called the union. Rep confirmed auto pay from her accounts. Collateral: the Mustang. Authorization via Dad's signed form. Stomach churning. I requested copies. Hung up before the director barked. 2 months before. I hit the DMV in Chardon on a free day. Clerk printed the title, owner. Brooke Financial Services, P.O. Box address, active lien. No Dad. I paid for certifies. Sat in my car. Paper shaking in my hands. Snapped pics. Drove home with windows blasting cold air to numb the rage. That evening, I called Brooke from the kitchen while Mom chopped veggies. She answered. Desk noise humming. I laid out the evidence. Tone even. She paused. Chair creaking. Then spun it. Loan for cash flow optimization. Title transfer imminent after seasoning to dodge taxes. I demanded a date pre-party. She agreed vaguely. Voice detached like a client call. 1 month away. My best friend Zoe dropped by after her nursing shift. We pored over docs at the dining table. Coffee bitter between us. Record everything, she urged. Showing a stealth app. We role-played. Honing questions to trap without tipping. Zoe warned, family gatherings become battlegrounds when trust breaks. Control the narrative. I downloaded it. Charged backups. Loan statements kept coming. Interest bloating the debt. Tyler unearthed more from shared cloud logs, transfers post-loan into crypto that cratered. He printed. Highlighted. Losses ate the principal. Dad wandered in. Asked about projects. I deflected. Brooke's texts grew hazy. Backlogs. Holidays. I replied firm. Transfer or family talk. She ghosted after 3 weeks prior. I assembled the dossier: titles. Statements. Auth form, tabbed for speed. Paced the living room. Murmuring questions till they flowed casual. Timed deflections. Refined traps. 2 weeks out. Zoe rehearsed as Brooke. Throwing curveballs. We recorded. Replayed. Perfected. Plan set. Record covertly. Captured missions. 1 week left. Tyler showed crypto dives in basement. Red graphs screaming motive, stalling to recoup ghosts. USB backup joined the envelope. Night before. Insomnia gripped. Downstairs. Coffee steaming. I stared at the packet. Zoe's note. Breathe. Rehearsed silently till dawn. House stirred. Zoe arrived with sides. Slipped battery. Mouth with luck. Tyler nodded solidarity. Yard prepped. Guests arrived. I pocketed phone. App ready. Brooke flitted. Oblivious. Sunset. Tension coiled. The party hummed, lights twinkling. Dad toasting 35 years amid chuckles. Applause faded. I stood. Dad. The Mustang. His bewilderment. Brooke paled. Show ownership now. Silence smothered the yard. She fumbled phone. Displayed her firm's title. Muttered $50,000 for investment flip. Mom gasped. Tears spilling. Dad slammed glass. Fix it. Now. I dialed Union on speaker. Rep confirmed lien. I froze draws. Keyboard clicks pierced the hush. Brooke bolted. Yelling, regret this. Voice fracturing. Tyler flanked me. I'm with her. Dad demanded keys. We unveiled the car in garage glow. He traced fender. Muttering costs. Tyler showed crypto carnage. Mom sobbed why, air heavy. Unanswered. Guests fled awkwardly. Yard deserted. Grill cold. Dad pocketed keys. Ordered password resets. Morning. Family on couch. Dad's ultimatum, 30 days. Repay $50,000. Transfer title. Calendar circled red. No extensions. Mom shredded tissues. Tyler backed enforcement. Brooke arrived late. Apologies looping. Admitted crypto wipeout. Proposed firm sale. Dad cut short. Took her folder. Deal tanked on scrutiny. She begged plans. Voicemail deleted. 2 weeks. Firm offline. Lease busted. She liquidated scraps. Wired $20,000 partial. Texted plea. Forwarded cold. Month post deadline. Porch plea for extension. Dad, you're no longer my daughter. Door shut. Mom watched frozen. Locks changed. Access revoked. Union held title. Dad challenged. Paid fees. Mustang waited. Spruce vanished to Pennsylvania. Low job. Silence layers. 6 months. Contact deleted. Locks new. Lien cleared. Dad registered solo. Plate hung triumphant. Year later. Small barbecue, us 5. Light talk. No voids named. Dad handed keys. We drove. Wind freeing. Real ownership. Circle tighter. Scars deeper. Brooke's mail returned unopened. Garage rose. Car undisputed. Betrayal's price. A family reforged in silence's fire.